Everyone, welcome back to a new post today. Let's look at the most important issues that you need to keep track for July 30th with regard to the UPSC upcoming Civil Services Examination Prelims of 2026. And the very first is about something related to the NASA ISRO satellite that was launched yesterday. That's NISAR. It is nothing but none other than the synthetic aperture radar. So what is a synthetic aperture radar? It is a radar that is used to create a two-dimensional image or a three-dimensional reconstruction of objects such as landscapes. Now this uses the motion of the radar antenna over the target region to provide a spatial resolution more than the conventional stationary beaming scanning radars. The synthetic aperture radar or SAR is typically mounted on a moving platform like a spacecraft, a satellite or an aircraft, and has its origin in advanced form of side-looking airborne radars. The distance the synthetic aperture radar device travels over a target during the period when the target seen is illuminated creates a large synthetic antenna aperture, that is the size of the antenna. Now typically the larger aperture, the higher the image resolution will be, regardless of whether the aperture is physical, a large antenna, or a synthetic, a moving one. So synthetic means nothing but a moving radar. This allows the synthetic aperture radar to create a high resolution image compared to the conventional radars or the physical radars that are fixed and they do not move. The fixed antenna size and orientation of the objects are illuminated for a longer time. Therefore, the SAR has the property of creating a larger synthetic apertures from far distance, which are consistent over a long distance and can be viewed with better resolution. So synthetic aperture radar is nothing but to capture the area in a two-dimensional and a three-dimensional form, much more better illumination and resolution of the area that is covered. Now, what is an Earth observation satellite? It is also called as Earth remote sensing satellite. It is nothing but a satellite that is used to for Earth observation from the orbit. We can spy satellites are also Earth observation satellites, which are intended for non-military use like environment monitoring, meteorology, cartography, that is maps creation. The most common type of Earth observation or imaging satellites that take satellite images are the remote sensing satellites to observe a particular region on the Earth. For example, meteorology, environmental monitoring, disaster management, resource calculation, cartography, etc. Now, the first artificial satellite that was launched is the Sputnik as early as in 1957, and it belongs to the Soviet Union, now Russia. The Sputnik sent back radio signals which the scientists used to study the ionosphere, and the US launched its first American satellite called as Explorer 1 as early as in 1958, but after the Soviet Union, the information sent back from its radiation led to the discovery of Earth's Van Allen radiation belts, and the Tyros spacecraft was launched in 1960 as a part of NASA's television infrared observation, and it sent back television footage of weather patterns to be taken from the space. Therefore, even Earth observation radars satellites not only help in disaster management or resource calculation, evaluation and observation, but also they help in environmental monitoring, climatology, meteorology, cartography, very helpful in creating of maps, and also observing the patterns or the relief features on the Earth and any changes with regard to it as well. They also are used to study the atmosphere as well from a height. Now, the next important issue is about Pralay missile. Now, this is an indigenously developed quasi-ballistic missile and a state-of-art guidance and navigation technology missile which has navigation to ensure high precision. Now, this test was conducted off the Odisha coast of Abdul Kalam Island by DRDO, and they were used for evaluation trials for max and minimum speed of the missile. The National Population Register has been in news. Now, it is a register to enumerate the people usually residing in the country, in a village, in a rural area, town, or a ward, or a demarcated area between in the ward, town, or an urban area. It was prepared in 2010 for the very first time and updated in 2015. It is conducted under the Citizenship Act of 1955 under the 2000 Rules of Citizenship under the similar act. And it is used to incorporate changes due to death, birth, migration. The National Population Register is being updated along with the house listing and house operations for forthcoming census. The objective of the National Population Register is to create a comprehensive database of usual residents in the country, and no documents are collected during this exercise. Now, July 29th was celebrated as Global Tiger Day, and during this time Assam had produced a report marking Kaziranga in Assam, which is used for conservation of the one-horned rhinoceros, as now the third highest density of tigers in the world, after Bandipur in Karnataka and Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand. Global Tiger Day is celebrated on July 29 to raise awareness for the urgent conservation of tiger and the role they play in ecology. According to the World Wildlife Fund, approximately 1 lakh tigers roamed almost a century ago, but now we are just having 4,000 of them, and the number is decreasing because of poaching and also habitat destruction as well. The first time this day was decided to be celebrated as Global Tiger Day was in 2010 at the St. Petersburg Tiger Summit, highlighting the alarming decrease in tiger populations and urgent need for conservation as well. Tiger-rich countries including Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Malaysia, India, Russia attended the summit. India is one of the tiger range country. We have a goal of T multiplied by X, that is T into X. It's a primary goal to double the tiger population by 2022 through international collaboration. And we have taken various measures for conservation of tiger, like declaration of new tiger reserves, the CATS accreditation, the International Big Cats Alliance launched by India, bilateral cooperation in tiger range countries, and international recognition of the tiger reserves as well. Now, recently India and UK signed a CETA, that is a Comprehensive Economic Trade Agreement. One of the major highlights of this is that it included a specific chapter on small and medium micro industries, which India argued for. The key feature of the agreement was provision for establishment of MSME contact point with both countries. Indian suppliers, including MSMEs, will continue to receive preferential treatment under the Class 1 local suppliers, a mechanism for addressing non-tariff barriers that disproportionately affect the MSMEs. MSMEs stand for micro, small and medium enterprises. They are businesses classified based on their investment in plant, machinery and equipment and the annual turnover as well. They are defined in an act called as the MSME Act of 2006, and they play a major role in the Indian economy, contributing to the GDP, employment and also exports. Let us look at the categorization of MSMEs. The micro industry is the one with a turnover of 5,000 crore and investment plan and machinery of up to 1 crore rupees. Small enterprises have a turnover of 50 crore and investment plan and machinery up to 10 crore. Medium enterprises have a turnover of up to 250 crore and investment plan and machinery up to 50 crore. So these are the most important points I wanted to touch for you with regard to July 30th. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to comment at the end of the video. I shall see you in my new post for July 31st. Until then, it's very happy learning.